are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV or ski trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
The Guard helps you get an education. The South Dakota Army National Guard offers all its service members in-state tuition assistance towards your college or technical school education. For your service, you will receive 50% off tuition at all South Dakota Board of Regents colleges. If you attend a technical school in the state, you will receive 83.5% off tuition. For more information, visit their Facebook and Instagram pages or check out their website, nationalguard.com/SD.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Welcome, baseball fans, to Groton, South Dakota and Lot Karst Field for Day 2 of Class B American Legion Baseball State Tournament action. This is Pat Kraus bringing it to you on Live Ticket. We had an exciting first day of ball, and we're here for day number 2. Our first game this morning will feature Vermillion post number 1. They will be the visitors on the scoreboard. And Big Stone City post 229. They will be the home team on the scoreboard. We had ourselves some good baseball we saw yesterday, a lot of action, a lot of exciting games. We'll do a quick little recap of yesterday's action and then preview what is to come today and the rest of the tournament. 4 games yesterday, starting at 10 o'clock, just like this one will today. Yesterday we saw in our opening round game, Tabor got off to a good start, big start here, and defeated Big Stone City 12-0. By way of the 10-run rule. Tabor then advanced into this afternoon's winner's bracket games. Big Stone did fall now to this elimination game. In game number 2 yesterday, we saw a good one where Madison walked off Winter Cologne in the bottom of the 7th inning with a 6-5 victory to advance in the tournament. And Winter Cologne then falls to the loser's bracket where they will play in this morning's session's second game, and we'll get to those matchups here shortly. In our afternoon session, again, more excitement as we saw a fantastic game played by between Vermillion and Redfield. Back and forth game where Redfield chipped their way back in and was able to secure a 5-4 walk-off victory in the bottom of the 7th. And then in our nightcap final game of the tournament, or excuse me, not the tournament, first day of the tournament, we had Lake Norden Badger post 260 defeating Groton post 39. Groton being the host team of this state tournament. Lake Norden was victorious 4-0, and that sets our matchups for today. Right away this morning here at 10 o'clock, we're gonna see Big Stone City taking on Vermillion in an elimination game. Winner will advance to tomorrow's action. Again, times in opponents to be determined. And then after this game, roughly 30 minutes. This game will be completed, and then we'll give our grounds crew time to prep the field and get it ready for our next game. And about 30 minutes after this game, we'll see Winter Cologne taking on Groton in the second elimination game today. So after this morning session, we will have 2 teams eliminated. We'll be down by the end of today. We'll be down to 6 teams left of the 8-team field, and we are double elimination format. So even though Winter Cologne, Groton, Big Stone City, and Vermillion all lost their first-round games yesterday. They're not out of this tournament. They still have an opportunity in this double elimination format to come back through and make a run and still have an opportunity to win a championship if they are deep enough and they hit the right kind of streak here. I've seen it done. I myself was part of a team who in 2002 right here in Groton, we lost our first-round matchup to a good team from Lenox. And we battled our way back all the way to, at that time, we were playing the state tournaments Wednesday through Sunday. We made it back to Sunday's championship game where we lost a tough one to Freeman. Again, kind of a full circle type of story where here we are at Groton at the field, 19 years later where that all went down. But it is possible to do, and I think it happens almost every year where a team who loses early in the tournament finds their way back into that championship day, which will be crowned on Tuesday. Our winners games this afternoon, our winners bracket games. In our first game at 5 o'clock, we'll see Tabor post 183 taking on Redfield post 92. Again, both these teams solid at the plate, solid in the field. Pitching is going to be important for all teams. But Tabor and Redfield both kind of made their way to this winners bracket game in different ways. Tabor a dominating 12-0 victory over Big Stone City, and Redfield had to scratch and claw their way to pull out a nice 5-4 walk-off victory over a very good Vermillion team. Vermillion came into this tournament on a 17-game winning streak. I was talking with heard Mr. Joe Van Gore. He's the voice of Vermillion post number 1, saying that they lost Brandon Valley back in like mid-June, and Brandon Valley, a good A school or A team in the Legion ranks, and since that loss, they rattled off 17 in a row to get to this state tournament, and then were defeated yesterday by Redfield 5-4. In our second winners game this evening, we'll have Madison post 25 taking on Lake Norden Badger. Madison, again, as I mentioned earlier, they walked off. Winter Cologne 6-5. Talking with Coach Greg Dorr after the game, he said, a win's a win at this point in the tournament, but Madison's got much more to offer as they probably didn't play their best game. They pride themselves on the defense, and it wasn't their best defensive effort yesterday, but they still were able to come away with a 6-5 victory to advance in the tournament. And then Lake Norden Badger coming in, a stellar pitching performance last night by Nikolai Arbuck as he held Groton almost hitless. They only had 2 hits and no runs. But as I looked at the stats last night, if you tuned in last night, one of the things that stood out to me in that whole situation is Nikolai Arbuck went 6 2/3. He struck out 7. His pitch count was fairly reasonable. But the big stat that stood out to me was no walks. And for a pitcher at any level, really, I mean, whether you're talking little league up to the major leagues, to finish a game, finish your outing going 6+ innings and not walking a batter is extremely impressive, and that was what we saw last night. So that's what sets that matchup, Madison and Lake Norden Badger. We will have every game for you here on Live Ticket, as I've been promoting it all day yesterday, and I'll continue to today. Groton.liveticket.tv. You can find it there, or you can go on YouTube and search Groton Baseball Softball Foundation, and that'll take you to our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to follow along with the action on those streaming services. If you're able to come, I encourage you to come on out. The complex out here in Groton is outstanding. A lot of work has been done over the last 3 or 4 years. One of the organizations that needs a lot of praise is our Groton Baseball Softball Foundation here in town. That they've worked very, very hard to do improvements out here at the complex, and we've gotten new dugouts, new press box over the last couple of years. New fencing in the outfields on all of our fields. We've got 3 fields out here. We've got our big field here, Lockhurst Field, and then we've got Falk Field, Nelson Field, that are basically miniature versions of our Lockhurst Field with the blue fencing on the outside and the high center field fence, and dugouts are all the same. Very, very nice complex here in Groton. Another shout out here to the grounds crew and Aaron Severson. Aaron Severson does an absolute fantastic job. He's extremely proud of the work he does out here and does a nice job. He's got a group of high school age kids that are helping him out, and they work hard, and he's got them doing the right things. Field looks immaculate this morning already, and I don't expect it to be any different throughout the remainder of the tournament. Our first game here this morning is between we're gonna see Big Stone taking on Vermillion. We'll quickly run through our starting lineups for our two teams, and we'll start with Vermillion, post number 1, they being the visitors on the scoreboard. Not much different in their starting lineup from yesterday. We're going to see Connor Saunders batting and in the leadoff spot playing third base. Drew Thielen will be in center field. Thielen was the starting pitcher yesterday for Vermillion. Threw a pretty nice game against Redfield. Was not able to finish due to the pitch count rules, as he did max himself out at 105. But he's going to be in center field batting second. Batting third is Jack Kratz. Kratz at shortstop, wearing number 1. Dylan Thielen in right field, batting fourth. Batting fifth is Jacob Shosey. Shosey's at first base. TJ Tracy is doing the catching. Charlie Ward's in left field batting seventh. Batting eighth is Jake Jensen. Jensen will do the pitching today for Vermillion, post number 1. And Willis Robertson is at second base batting ninth. Vermillion is coached by assistant coaches Jeff Kratz, Nate Robertson, Riley Johnson, and their head coach Tom Heisinger. For Big Stone, post 229, leading off will be Devin Boots. Boots will be doing the pitching today. He was the starting catcher yesterday. Hunter Merritt will be batting second, playing third base. Andrew Strong batting third at second. Carter Powell is in left field, and he's batting fourth. Batting fifth, Josh Mueller. Josh Mueller was the starting pitcher yesterday, and he threw okay, but Tabor just had too much firepower for him to hang in there. He's playing shortstop, batting fifth. Batting sixth, Adam Strize at first base. Batting seventh, Jasper Tweeter. Tweeter is in right field. And batting eighth will be Hunter Halkus. Halkus is in center field this morning for this game. And Drew Boots, batting ninth, will do the catching for Big Stone City. Big Stone City is coached by assistant coaches Arvin Mueller and Ryan Danielson, and their head coach, guy's been doing it for quite a while now, Joel Stottleman. So that's our lineups here for this first round game. Again, these teams coming in, battling for their tournament lives. This is kind of the name of the game. It's survive and advance. As if one of these teams, when one of them loses today, they're done. They're going home. Where that's not what anybody wants to do. When you make the state tournament, you want to try to make a run. And the beautiful thing about a double elimination tournament is you're not out of it. You know, you're not out of it until you lose that second game, and that's what makes these elimination games can be some of the more exciting games, because teams kind of play with that desperation mode and understanding that, you know, now we're down to a one and done situation. If we don't figure out a way to win and survive, then we're done. We're going home. Starting lineups are just being wrapped up, being announced, and we're going to have the sportsmanship, the Legion Code of Sportsmanship. It's going to be read by Dan Karst, and we'll keep it right here as that is read, and we'll also have the national anthem following that. So here's Dan Karst with the Legion Code of Sportsmanship.
Please remain standing. Remove your caps as we honor to America with the playing of our national anthem. Veterans and active duty military not in uniform
All right, and we are now set for our first game here on day number 2. Round 2 games, elimination games here for these two teams looking to survive and advance. Our umpires for today's first game of the day are as follows. Just had it here. Let's see here. We've got at first base will be Mike Sardon. Third base will be Dave Purell. And calling balls and strikes behind the plate will be Mr. Ace Boucher. So Boucher, Sarda, and Purell doing the umpiring here for our opening game on day number 2 as Big Stone City takes the field as I mentioned, are the home team on the scoreboard. I'll set the defense here for Big Stone, post 229. 0-1 in this tournament so far as they were defeated yesterday 12-0 by Tabor. In the outfield, left to right, we'll have Carter Powell in left, Hunter Halkus in center, and Jasper Tweeter in right. Around the infield, third to first, it will be Hunter Merritt at third, Josh Mueller at shortstop. At second base is Andrew Strong, and at first base is Adam Stry. And your battery for Big Stone City here in this first game of the day on day number 2, it's Boots going to Boots as Drew Boots is doing the catching, and on the mound is Devin Boots. And that will set the defense for Big Stone, post 229. For Vermillion, the 3 hitters we'll see here in the first inning for sure will be Connor Saunders, Drew Thielen, and Jack Kratz. Again, as I said, both these teams kind of got to this position in very different ways, where Big Stone City was defeated in the 5-inning game, 10-run rule by Tabor, and Vermillion lost a heartbreaker yesterday to Redfield. Kind of recap that Redfield-Vermillion game. Vermillion came out and scored 1 run in each of the first 3 innings, and then Redfield came storming back in the bottom of that 3rd inning and scored 3 to tie it up. Pitchers then took over, and Drew Thielen and Peyton Osborne settled in and kept their opposing teams scoreless for the next 3 innings. And in the top of the 7th inning, kind of on a, I don't want to call it a fluky play, but with 2 outs, a line drive hit to Cooper Haney at shortstop for Redfield, hits off the tip of his glove. Would have ended the inning, but instead he drops it, and Vermillion able to score to take the lead going into the bottom of the 7th, while then Redfield had the top of their order up and found a way there to scratch and claw their way down base, and were able to score 2 in the bottom of the 7th inning on the final run being scored on a walk-off single by Karsten Rolfs to defeat Vermillion. And we're set here for baseball. Connor Saunders steps to the plate, leading off for Vermillion, post number 1. Boots looks in at Drew. Devin looks in at Drew, gets the sign from the windup. The first pitch to Saunders. First pitch is in there for a strike. First pitch at 10:01 under 72 degrees and sunny, hazy skies. But we do have sunshine today, so that's a bonus from what we had starting the day yesterday. The 0-1 swung on and lifted into center. Halkus is under it. He's tracking it, and he puts it away for out number 1. That's what you want as a starting pitcher. 2 pitches, 1 out. That's going to help if he can keep that kind of a rhythm going here for Boots. Vermillion, a good hitting team, as Peyton Osborne is a pretty solid pitcher for Redfield, and they did a nice job hitting him, but we'll see if Boots can keep him in check today. Drew Thielen steps in. He takes the first one on the corner for a strike. Again, Drew Thielen threw yesterday. He was a starting pitcher for Vermillion. He went 105 and was taken out. The 0-1 to Thielen. That one misses wide for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Boots gets the ball, and he's back on. Trying to figure out there. You got to grip that curveball a little tighter as it kind of floated on him. He gets the sign from Drew Boots, and the 1-1 on the way. Swung on and flipped foul, out of play. Drew Thielen batting from the left side. Yesterday he accounted for 2 of the runs scored by Vermillion. 1-2 to Drew Thielen, the starting center fielder for Vermillion. The 1-2. Swung on and fouled, and Thielen hangs in there. Keeping the bat alive. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Full slate of baseball again today, as every team will play again today. Guaranteed two games. But after today, two teams will be going home, as we'll whittle it down to 6 teams after today's action. The 1-2 to Thielen. Swung on and lifted into shallow left. Going to be a run for Powell, and he drops it. And Thielen hustling. That's a hustle play there by Drew Thielen, as Carter Powell ran a long way for that ball and made kind of a sliding attempt at it, and it hits off his glove and lands safely. And Drew Thielen hustling out of the box. He was thinking 2 all the way, and he's able to stand up on second on the 2-base error. That'll bring up Jack Kratz. Kratz takes low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes here as Boots pitches from the stretch for the first time today. Jack Kratz digs in, batting from the left side. Thielen dancing off second. The 1-0. That's in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Devin Boots doing a nice job out there when he was pitching from the windup. Now he's got a little bit of a worry with Thielen on second. Two 2-0 the count to the Vermillion shortstop, Jack Kratz. Mueller dancing behind Thielen. The 2-0 hits the knees for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Vermillion just trying to feel him out here a little bit, as these teams, this will be the first time I'm sure they've met this year. So just trying to figure it out here, try to get the timing down. Boots comes set, checks the runner. Thielen dances off. Now Josh Mueller digging behind him. Clips the outside corner for strike 2, and Devin Boots doing a nice job battling back into this at bat, as the count now even 2 balls and 2 strikes. You'll see, if you can see the scoreboard from our camera angle, you'll see a pitch counter off to the side, and that is going to be an important rule for a lot of coaches to have to remember. The 2-2 swung on and flipped foul off into one of the Little League fields. So 2-2. And Devin Boots understanding that if he wants to be successful, he's got to stay at the knees and he's got to hit corners, and he's doing a pretty good job of that right now. Even Thielen being on second, the ball he hit was a pretty good pitch, and that one there was kind of just a battle there, a survival swing by Kratz. He swings and fouls that Thielen took off on the pitch, as he's been out there dancing around trying to get Boots to throw back, and I think he might have the timing there. And sometimes coaches give certain kids the green light if you can read it right and get a good jump. If you got third open, take it. And I'm wondering if Thielen maybe isn't one of those. Josh Mueller, shortstop, is dancing, trying to sneak in behind him. Gets him to come back a little bit. Boots comes home, misses high to fill the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Drew Thielen out there at second base. He's dancing all over the place, and I think he's kind of getting to Devin Boots a little bit here, making him worry about him. And Josh Mueller, it's having to take him out of his position too a little bit, as he's right behind second base. The 3-2 is swung on and lifted into left, and that's going to be just foul. Just twist foul and out of the reach of left fielder Carter Powell. Powell will fire the ball back in. And we'll do the full count pitch here again, as Kratz stays alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the first inning. Elimination game number 1, the first elimination game of the tournament. We have Big Stone City taking on Vermillion. Big Stone City, the home team on the scoreboard. Vermillion, post number 1, is the visitors. This time, Boots throws back, not in time. And I think that's what Thielen has been trying to do, is to get Boots to throw back just to kind of see what he has. What he has for a move, and there he saw it. Now he can see what he can get, an extra step or two towards third. The 3-2 runner goes, and it's popped up over here in foul territory. Hunter Merritt tracks it, and he puts it away. Right now, Boots has got Vermillion kind of out on their front foot. You know, the two balls that have been, or the three balls that have been put in play, you know, they're not hard hit. They're kind of just lazy fly balls. So Vermillion out on their front foot a little bit, trying to maybe get the timing down here a little bit. And that brings up Dylan Thielen. Dylan Thielen playing right field, batting cleanup for Vermillion, post number 1. Drew Thielen dancing off second. First pitch is in there for a strike. You know, in Legion baseball, one thing, if a pitcher has a good off speed, whether it's a changeup or a curveball or something different, he does have a chance of being successful against a lot of these teams, because obviously a fastball is going to be what most teams are looking for. Josh Mueller bluffs in. The 0-1 misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Drew Thielen out there working hard at second base, trying to get Devin Boots to throw back or maybe get into his head a little bit and struggle with his pitching, and we're kind of seeing that a little bit. But like I said, Josh Mueller way out of position, trying to hold him on. Runner goes. The throw down to third is not in time. Again, I think that's what Drew Thielen had been working for that whole time out there at second, trying to find a way to just time it up. You know, to steal third base, it's not always how fast you are, but it's the jump, because it's a short throw for the catcher. But if you can get a good jump, you can take third pretty easily. And Dylan Thielen hits it to Stry at first. It's going to be a close play, and Devin Boots hustling over a little pitcher fielding there, and 3-1 on the putout. And Vermillion leaves 1. They don't get a hit, but they leave 1. They don't score any. And coming up in the bottom of the first inning, we're going to have Devin Boots, Hunter Merritt, and Andrew Strong. And I'll set the defense for Vermillion here back at Lockcars Field when we return after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
And we are back here in Groton, South Dakota at Lockcars Field. I'm Pat Kraus, bringing you State B American Legion Baseball Tournament action here. We are in our first elimination game of the tournament, where Vermillion post number 1 taking on Big Stone post 229. Quickly set the defense for Vermillion post number 1 in the outfield around left to right. Charlie Ward's in left. Drew Thielen is in right, and Drew Thielen is in center, and Dylan Thielen is in right. Around the infield, third to first, we've got Connor Saunders at third, Jack Kratz at short. At second base, it will be Willis Robertson. At first base, Jacob Shosey. And the battery for Vermillion post number 1 in this elimination game, behind the plate, is TJ Tracy doing the pitching in on the mound. Jake Jensen, big tall lefty wearing number 8. His first pitch to Devin Boots misses high and wide for ball 1. Pitcher versus pitcher here in this first at bat. Devin Boots wearing number 3. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Evens the count, 1-1. Beautiful day out here at the ballpark. Wind blowing in from left, it looks like. The 1-1 is on the corner for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That wind blowing in from the outfield could cause some problems for the outfielders, as it's not going to travel quite like it did yesterday. The 1-2 curveball swung on and missed, and Boots is down swinging for the first out, and that's, again, I said, pitch counts is going to be big now as we get further and further into this tournament. You know, one thing about it is Drew Thielen threw 105 yesterday. That was the daily max, and that puts him out now for a while. Hunter Merritt steps in now. Misses. First pitch misses. And Jansen falls behind 1-0 again. Gets a sign from Tracy. The 1-0. That swung on and lifted into right center. Going to be a long run for Thielen's, and it's going to fall for a base hit. And Hunter Merritt is aboard with a 1-out single. Drew and Dylan Thielen out there in center and right, and it was a long run for both of them, and it falls harmlessly in the gap, and Hunter Merritt is aboard with the first hit of the game. Andrew Strong steps in now wearing number 17. Strong playing second base. Now Merritt's got to be careful over there as Jensen is a lefty. First pitch swinging, fouled back out of play. And quickly ahead here, Jensen jumps out 0-1. Merritt and Strong get their signs from head coach Joel Stottleman. Merritt takes his lead from first. The 0-1 thrown over. Again, being left-handed pitcher, they always have that advantage now because their body faces first base, and it's pretty easy for them just to lift that knee straight up and throw over. Curveball in there for a strike, and Jensen now quickly ahead here. No balls and 2 strikes to the Big Stone City's second baseman, Andrew Strong. The 0-2, curveball wraps around, misses just outside. Strong was 0 for 2 yesterday in the ball game against Tabor. The 1-2 swung on and line to, grounded to second. Robertson up with it on to second for 1, and on to first, not in time to complete this double play. So Strong aboard on the fielder's choice. Nice turn there. The infield's pretty slow, and that the grass kind of killed that ball. I think if Robertson isn't playing quite as deep as he is right now and fields that closer, they might be able to complete that because Jack Kratz at short's got himself a good strong arm. Carter Powell steps in now, playing left field for Big Stone. First pitch down low for ball 1. Two outs. Throw over to first. Again, I think a lot of these runners for Big Stone City, they're not going to get huge leads over there. As Jensen does have a pretty good move. It's not great, but it's pretty good. The 1-0 hits the corner for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, that's something as a base runner you have to be very aware of when a left-handed pitcher is in there. The 1-1 runner goes. Throw down to second is in time, and they got him trying to steal second. Andrew Strong is cut down. Good throw there by T.J. Tracy. On time, Willis Robertson applies the tag to end the inning for Big Stone City. They go no runs, 1 hit, no runners left on base, and after a full inning here in our first elimination game, we've got no score. It'll be Shosey, Tracy, and Ward for Vermillion when we come back to Groton, South Dakota and Lockhurst Field after this.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
The Guard helps you get an education. The South Dakota Army National Guard offers all its service members in-state tuition assistance towards your college or technical school education. For your service, you will receive 50% off tuition at all South Dakota Board of Regents colleges. If you attend a technical school in the state, you will receive 83.5% off tuition. For more information, visit their Facebook and Instagram pages or check out their website, nationalguard.com/SD.
And we're back to Lock Karst Field elimination games. Pat Krause bringing you State B American Legion action here on Live Ticket. Jacob Shosey steps in, but in the top of the second inning. We're scoreless in this elimination game between Big Stone City and Vermillion. First pitch to Shosey. That's on the inside corner for strike one. Devin Boots doing a pretty good job out there, getting ahead in the count. Like I said, Vermillion and Big Stone never played each other, just trying to find a way to feel each other out so far. Boots gets his sign here from the windup. The 0-1 is in there again for strike number 2. So quickly ahead here, 0-2. Both teams put a runner on. However, neither were able to capitalize in their portions of the first inning. The 0-2 swung on and lifted into right center. That's going to be trouble, and it's going to fall in front of right fielder Jasper Tweeter. And Shosey is aboard with a leadoff single. Not sure if Tweeter lost that in the sun a little bit or what the deal was there, but he looked like he ran to the right spot, but then kind of gave up on it right at the end as it landed right in front of him. So Shosey is aboard with Vermillion's first hit of the ball game. That brings up catcher TJ Tracy, number 11. Tracy threw out Carter Strong back in the first inning to end the inning. So here we are having an opportunity to not only follow up his great defensive play with maybe a base hit. Shosey leads from first. First pitch is bunted, and it's gonna land foul. Kind of popped it up and looked like it was gonna hit the lip and roll back, but it kind of just spun back around and settled right there. We'll see if Vermillion puts the bunt down again. They did play a little small ball yesterday against Redfield. Not something you see a lot of anymore. You know, a lot of teams try to follow the major league analytics side of things and understanding that, you know, it might be more productive to try to hit the ball than to lay a bunt down. Boots throws over, checks on Shosey. Shosey back in safely. We'll see here if Vermillion does it again. Try to get Shosey into scoring position with Charlie Ward on deck. Now we step up. Now we've got time here as Vermillion's third base coach goes through a series of signs. Kind of give his runner and his batter, put them on the same page, make sure they know what's going on. Devin Boots looks in at Drew Boots for the sign. Now he checks Shosey, comes set. Shosey gets another step over there. Tracy squared around early, and that caused Merritt to crash hard from third, and even Stry was coming from first, which I don't know if you want him crashing right now. Makes a long run for Andrew Strong to try to cover first base if it does get hit down the right side. Shosey leads from first. He squares again. Now he gets it down this time. It's going to be a tough play as Tracy hustling down the line, and he's going to be safe at first. Good play by Drew Boots. Drew did a nice job hopping out from his catching position. Made a good strong throw, but Tracy moves pretty well. And he gets down the line, and he is aboard with a bunt single, and Shosey advances to second on the play. You know, when you're squaring to bunt like that, your main job is just to get it down and kind of sacrifice yourself. And you know, you're kind of planning on getting out at first, but it's a bonus if you're able to reach. And now Vermillion's got something going with 2 on. We square bunt again. This one's right along the chalk line. And it just lands foul. Devin Boots came across, tried to swat it foul. And he missed it. And then the ball kind of stopped moving, and it must have had just a little bit of dirt between the ball and the chalk line. But umpire Ace Boucher right on top of the plate, and he was there to call it foul. Charlie Ward at the bat here as he tried that first bunt attempt. We'll see if we see it again. Again, being able to handle the bat and lay a good bunt down is kind of a lost art in baseball. As I said, Major League Baseball going to the whole analytics of thinking hitting is better, got better odds. He does square, pulls it back, takes it high. Stride crashing hard from first over there. If Charlie Ward is able to, maybe try to push it down the third baseline, as it looked like Hunter Merritt was holding tight over here at third, as there could be a play at third. The 1-1 squares, and he stabs at it, fouls off, and Drew Boots kind of caught that one, maybe in the leg or something. But now 1-2. Now, traditional baseball wisdom says we're not going to see a bunt attempt here. However, yesterday we thought that with Vermillion, and I believe it was Connor Saunders. Connor Saunders handled the bat very well, and he was able to lay down a 2-strike bunt. Doesn't happen very often. We'll see if Vermillion does it here, trying to manufacture something here as they got something going. Runners on first and second, nobody out. The 1-2, he's swinging, and he strikes out. And Charlie Ward goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. So Devin Boots, after giving up 2 singles, that's going to bring to the plate pitcher Jake Jensen. Jake Jensen batting from the left side, trying to help his cause here and get a run across here in the top of the second inning. Stry in at first, still expecting a bunt. First pitch to Jensen, misses high and away for ball 1. Infield alignment is pretty much normal other than Stry. Now Stry's going to back off and play behind Tracy over at first base. Outfield playing fairly shallow as that wind is blowing in from left field. The 1-0, that's down low for 2-0 now. 2-0. Vermillion coach telling his batters, let him work, make him work, got to throw strikes. Want to help him out in any way. And that pitch count now starting to creep up there for Devin Boots. But at this point in the tournament, you know, when you're in the win or go home situation, you kind of gotta ride your pitcher if he's having a good outing. The 2-0 swung on and grounded weakly to the pitcher. Devin Boots up with it on to first. They're going to get the out. Runners will advance. Devin Boots came off the mound hard, kind of stumbled, made a little off-balance throw to Stry, and is able to retire Jake Jensen for the second out. Now with 2 outs, runners are on second and third, and Willis Robertson at the plate. Robertson, the number 9 hitter, playing second base, wearing number 2. Base hit will get 1 for sure, possibly 2, but with the outfield playing shallow, we'll see if that comes to be. First pitch to Robertson. That misses inside. Robertson not afraid to take one, as he was beaten a couple times yesterday. He digs back in right on top of the plate. That back foot right on the inside line of home plate. The 1-0. That misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Vermillion, post number 1, second baseman Willis Robertson. Vermillion has a threat going here. They started off the inning, first 2 runners or batters reached. Now Devin Boots has settled in a little, got the next 2 out. Robertson trying to take advantage of the situation, and the 2-0 misses in the dirt, 3-0. Robertson digs back in, 3-0 the count here with 2 outs, probably taken here. He's not really getting set in there, kind of just going to be his thing. Devin gets his sign from Drew, and now he comes home. That's in there for strike 1. Robertson taking the whole way. You know, we'll see if he's even swinging here, because he got Connor Saunders on deck. Saunders is the top of the order. We'll see if they tell him to take another one and just be confident with 2 strikes. See if Boots can come back with another one. The 3-1. He is taken again. So he fills the count 3-2. So Boots fell behind 3-0. Now he's come back with 2 strikes in a row to fill the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Willis Robertson now he chokes up a little bit, ready to put the ball in play. Instead of base hit, we'll get 1 run for sure, possibly 2, depending where it's hit. The 3-2, and that hits him. And Robertson's going to be aboard. As I mentioned, he likes to stand pretty close to that plate. And Boots tried to snap a curveball across, and he hung it on the inside, and Robertson just turned into it and took it on the back of the tricep. Hey, that'll load the bases now with 2 outs and bring up Connor Saunders, the leadoff hitter. Saunders 0 for 1 in today's ball game with a fly out to center. Now, second time through, let's see if these Vermillion hitters have made any kind of an adjustment, as they're kind of out on their front foot against Boots early on. We'll see if there's a change made. Saunders takes for a strike to fall behind 0-1. Boots jumps out here with strike 1. Again, as a pitcher, that's what you're looking for, trying to get ahead early in the count. And you can work in some of your other pitches if you've got a curveball or a changeup or something different. The 0-1 swung on a line past Merritt, past third. That's going to get 1. Tracy around third. He's going to score. And Robertson checks in. Now he's going to advance to third on the overthrow. And Vermillion gets a 2-out RBI double or single, from Connor Saunders. And Vermillion, post number 1, takes the lead here. If you're watching at home, and you'll hear coaches say this all the time, you have to hit your cutoff man. Carter Powell came up fire, and he overthrew Hunter Merritt, who is his cutoff man, which then allowed the other 2 runners, Robertson and Saunders, to advance and put them into scoring position for Drew Thielen. Thielen swinging first pitch right at Stry. Hit it hard, but right at first baseman Adam Stry to end the inning. But Vermillion, they get 2 on 3 hits, and they leave a couple. After 1.5, we've got a new score. Vermillion, post number 1, leading 2-0 for Big Stone in the bottom of the second. It'll be Powell, Mueller, and Stry, and we'll have that bottom of the second inning when we return to Lockhurst Field after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
And we're back. Bottom of the second inning here, getting started here as Jake Jensen finishes his warm-up pitches. We're in our first elimination game of the tournament here, round 2, game number 5 of the tournament overall. This is a win in advance, lose and go home. And we've got a new score as Vermillion broke into the scoring with a 2-out RBI single. 2-out, 2-run single to crack into the scoring. And Carter Powell's going to step to the plate and be the first batter for Jake Jensen here in the bottom of the second. First pitch misses wide, ball 1. 1-0 the count. I think second time through is going to be good for Vermillion. I think they've figured out Boots a little bit. The 1-0 from Jensen swung on a flip foul into the net. Jensen, big, tall lefty out there. He likes to work fast. He doesn't come off the mound much. Likes to get into that rhythm as he looks in for a sign from T.J. Tracy. The 1-1 on the way. Swung on and hit foul down the right field line, and it will be out of play. Dylan Thielen hustling over there. Willis Robertson also. And Jensen ahead in the count now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. To the Big Stone City left fielder, Carter Powell. The 1-2. Just misses for ball 2. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Not a bad pitch there, but just missed. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 swung on and missed, and Carter Powell goes down swinging for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. 30 minutes after the completion of this game, we're going to see another elimination game between Groton Post 39 and Winter Cologne in another win or go home matchup. Jensen's first pitch to number 9, Josh Mueller, misses low and inside for ball 1. Jensen looks in at Tracy, gets his sign, the 1-0. Swung on and missed. As Mueller kind of chased one up in the zone a little bit. Jensen gets in, gets the 1-1 now. Swung on and flipped foul over the Vermillion dugout. 1-2 the count now. Jensen doing a pretty good job. Well, he's fallen behind a couple of times to the Big Stone hitters and found a way to grind his way back into the at-bat. The 1-2 on the way. Curveball foul. Mueller caught just a piece of it and chopped it foul. Good at bat here for Mueller as he's fouled off a couple of 2-strike pitches. Jensen coming right back after him. Not wasting any time, wanting to. The 1-2. Swung on and missed in the dirt. Nice stop by Tracy. Now he's going to have to finish the play by throwing it to first in time. Mueller is retired. And Jensen has his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. And Adam Stry steps to the plate. Stry playing first base, batting left-handed for Big Stone Post 229. A lefty matchup here. First pitch from Jensen is in there for strike 1. Jensen right back now. He's ready. Like I said, he doesn't come off the mound. He gets the ball back from his catcher, and he's ready to go right away. The 0-1. Curveball. That one misses inside, wraps around the inside corner. Maybe a little bit low. 1-1 the count now. Again, nice day. Wind a little breezy blowing in from left center. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. We saw one home run yesterday from Lake Norton's Cam Thielen. I don't think we're going to see any today. You're going to have to really get one to hit it out of the park today with the way the wind's blowing. The 1-2 from Jensen. Swung on and missed, and Jensen will strike out the side. Big Stone goes 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 2 complete innings, the score stays the same with Vermillion leading 2-0. We'll have Kratz, Dylan Thielen, and Shosey for Vermillion when we come back to Groton, South Dakota, and state tournament action after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
And we're back to live action here on Live Ticket. I'm Pat Krause bringing you state tournament action here in Groton, South Dakota at Lockhurst Field. We are in our first elimination game of the tournament. Big Stone City post 229 taking out Vermillion post number 1. Winner of this game will advance to play the second half of the first session tomorrow in another elimination game. that's kind of going to be the theme for these teams in the loser side of the bracket. Is it's win in advance and trying to keep alive in this tournament. It's not totally out of the question. It has been done many times by teams where they've lost first round and come all the way back and made a late run into the tournament. Jack Kratz is going to lead off for Vermillion post 1. He's 0 for 1 today. He popped out to third base in his first at bat. He takes in the dirt for ball 1. Devin Boots pitch count at 42. 42 through 2 innings. And Boots looks in. He gets the sign. Now the 1-0. That misses high. He's missed low, missed high. Now got to get one in between. Try to come back here in the at-bat. The 2-0. That's down the middle for a strike, and it looked like Kratz was maybe taken all the way there. Again, these teams most likely have never played each other and trying to figure each other out. It looked like some of the batters in the last inning for Vermillion figured out Boots a little bit as Kratz swings through a fastball and misses. 2-2 now. 2-2 the count. Boots looks in, gets the sign. Now the 2-2 on the way. That one misses outside. Fills the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 the count to Jack Kratz. Kratz playing shortstop for Vermillion, post number 1. Looking to get things started here, being the leadoff hitter here in the top of the 3rd inning. The 3-2 on the way. And that misses low, and Kratz is aboard with a leadoff walk. Dylan Thielen steps in. Dylan Thielen playing right field. Thielen 0 for 1 today. We'll see again if Vermillion tries to scratch one out here. I know Thielen's the number 4 hitter. We'll see what they try to do here. Maybe they'll get Kratz moving here on this first pitch. Runner goes. Thielen squares but pulls it back. Throw is down to second, not in time, and Kratz is on second with a stolen base, and Thielen was able to pull back and not offer at the pitch, so it is a ball. So that puts Kratz in scoring position with Dylan Thielen at the plate. Thielen does hit the ball well. Got himself a pretty good swing from the left side. Hit a sharp grounder over to first base. He pops one up on the infield. Adam Stride gives it a look. Going to be a lot of trouble with that wind. And he stays with it, makes a nice play. And Kratz tags on the play. Good heads-up play there by Jack Kratz, as it's going to be a long throw for Stride, and he tagged up and slides in safely at third base to put him 90 feet away from scoring. And Jacob Shosey steps up. Shosey 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored back in the 2nd inning. First pitch to Shosey is down there, on the corner for a strike. Strike comes in on the grass. Merritt, he's on the grass. Middle infield playing a little bit back, maybe in a few steps. The 0-1 swung on and lined up the middle. That's going to be down for a base hit, and that will score Kratz from third, and Shosey is aboard with his 2nd hit of the game. And he's on with a 1-out RBI single to extend the lead to 3-0 for Vermillion. That's going to bring Coach Joel Stottleman out of the dugout for a little conference on the mound as TJ Tracy steps to the plate for Vermillion. This is our first game of today's action. We've got 3 more after this. About 30 minutes after this game, you're going to see Winter Colombe and Groton taking each other on in an elimination game. And then in our afternoon session and our winners bracket games, we'll have our first game at 5 o'clock featuring Tabor and Redfield. And then 30 minutes following that, it'll be Madison taking on Lake Norton Badger in our our final game of the day. Tomorrow's action, a little different schedule than what we've had the first 2 days. First game tomorrow will start at noon, and then our second game, as normal, will be 30 minutes after that, and then our final game tomorrow will be at 6 p.m. And then, like I said, we're whittling down. We've got 4 today, 3 tomorrow, 2 scheduled for Monday, and then ultimately 1, maybe 2 on Tuesday when we crown our champion here at the Class B American Legion Baseball Tournament. TJ Tracy steps in with Jacob Shosey, gets in his lead. Throw to first is not in time. Shosey back in safely. It's a good lead out there. Step and a dive, as they say. TJ Tracy in the box. Tracy 1 for 1 with a single. He squared for a sacrifice. Bunt in his last at bat, was able to reach safely. Shosey's got a good lead. Now he's dancing. Now Boots steps off as Tracy was able to kind of get at him a little bit there, and Boots says, we're going to just calm things down, take a little step here and regroup. Not going to give Shosey an opportunity to dance around over there. And Boots comes set, checks the runner. Shosey doesn't go, and Tracy takes for a strike. Falls behind 0-1. These Vermillion base runners, they like to dance off the bases over there and try to get into Boots here a little bit. Hunter Merritt now steps in on the grass about 3 steps. Expecting maybe a bunt. Shosey doesn't go, and TJ Tracy lines one into the left center field gap. That's going to be down. That's going to get past the outfielders. Shosey coming around second, coming around third. He's going to be held at third as the ball flies over Mueller's head, but Stry there to back him up to keep the runners where they are. But on the play, TJ Tracy hits a double. Shosey advances to third on the play, and now Vermillion really has something going here. Runners on second, third, 1 out. That's going to bring the Big Stone City infield in on the grass. Charlie Ward 0 for 1 today. He struck out in his first at bat, tried to bunt twice and missed, and then was unable to convert the at bat. Looking for a little bit of redemption here. Boots gets the sign now. He's set. First pitch to Ward is in the dirt. Good stop by Drew Boots back there as he was able to put a glove on it and keep Shosey at third. Now Shosey takes his lead from third and Tracy from second. And the 1-0. That misses just off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Charlie Ward looking to do some damage here. A base hit will get 1 for sure, possibly 2. You know, TJ Tracy, big, tall, long-legged kid. He does move well out there. The 2-0. That's a foul ball as he stepped and turned into it, and it caught the bat a little bit. So 2-1 the count to Charlie Ward. Ward playing left field, wearing number 7 on Vermillion, wearing American flag jerseys today. The 2-1 on the way. That one misses low and in. 3 balls and 1 strike. Now again, Ward in a situation to get a good pitch here to drive as Boots' pitch count is getting up there and he doesn't want to walk anymore, doesn't want to throw any more unnecessary pitches. 3 balls and 1 strike to Charlie Ward. And Ward fouls off the 3-1 out of play. Fills the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, opportunity here for Charlie Ward to kind of break this game wide open. If he's able to hit one to the gap, score a couple runs, that would be a big boost for Vermillion. The 3-2, and that misses high, and Ward is aboard with a 1-out walk to load the bases. And Jake Jensen's going to come to the plate. Jensen grounded out. Pitcher to first in his first at-bat. Trying to help his cause here and extend his lead. Like I said, second time through the lineup here for Vermillion. We're seeing some much better at-bats than we saw in the first inning and a half. They're a little more patient, looking for pitches they can drive. First pitch to Jensen, swung on and missed as he kind of stepped in the bucket there. 0-1 the count here to the pitcher for Vermillion, Jake Jensen. Jensen again trying to do some damage here. Big leads by the runners over, especially over at first there. Charlie Ward, the 0-1 swung on and missed. I understand that you can get as far as the fielder, but Charlie Ward is a third of the way to second base already, and it wouldn't take much to snap one down to first if Drew Boots is paying attention. Big lead out there by Charlie Ward. If there's a ball hit to the gap, he could score. The 0-2's hit just over the drawn in infield. That's going to score one. TJ Tracy coming around third. He's hustling, and he will score as Devin Boots cuts it off at the mound. And Jake Jensen comes through for Vermillion with a 2-run single. And that's going to tack on 2 more and make it a 5-run lead for Vermillion. Again, Big Stone was drawn in on the infield grass, trying to cut the runoff at home. And Jensen trying not to do too much with it, just hits a little flare into short right, short center, and scores 2 on the play. Robertson squares the bunt, and he fouls it off. Willis Robertson now up to bat for Vermillion. Does not have an official at bat. His first plate appearance, he was hit by a pitch. That time tried to square the bunt. Not sure if that was a sacrifice attempt or if he's trying to bunt his way on. But Vermillion still threatening here. 2 runners on, only 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Leading 5-0 over Big Stone, post 229. Boots coming set, the 0-1. Misses inside again. Robertson, he likes to stand right on top of the plate, and if any pitcher throws a curveball and kind of hangs it over that inside part of the plate, he's not afraid to stay in there and take it. His right foot is on the back inside corner, so he is really close. He's right on that plate. So a late breaker, he'll hang in on it. He's swinging, and he flips one foul. Liner right over the dugout. Willis Robertson down in the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes, looking to put the ball in play somewhere. Maybe base hit, scores another run. As Charlie Ward takes his lead from second, he's not afraid to get off there. Jensen over at first. Jensen as far as Stry. The 1-2. Swung on, grounded to Strong at second, on to 2. Charlie Ward did not slow down on the play. Heads up running there as Strong tried to they got the out at second. So Jensen forced out 4-6 at second for the second out. They're not able to double off Robertson at first, but Charlie Ward on the play takes off, and he does not slow down coming around third. A hustle play there, and he slides in safely for the 6th run of the game for Vermillion. And that'll turn the lineup over and bring up Connor Saunders. Saunders, this is his 3rd time up to bat. He is 1 for 2. He had a 2-run single back in the 2nd inning. Runner goes on the first pitch. Throw down to second is not in time as it bounces into Robertson, and he is standing on second with a stolen base. Good speed from Robertson there, and Saunders up now. Base hit should score Robertson from second. Again, this is a guy you want to be in this position to tack on another run for Vermillion. The 1-0. That hits the knees for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the leadoff hitter for Vermillion, number 5, Connor Saunders. Saunders looking to add to it here as Vermillion's already put up 4 in this inning. The 1-1. Swung on and lifted into left center. That's going to be down for a base hit. Robertson off with contact. He'll score easily. Saunders hard turn at first, but he will check in with another RBI single. And Vermillion adds to their lead, now up 7-0. That's 5 in this inning. Drew Thielen's going to step to the plate now, the 9th batter of this inning. Thielen 0 for 2 today. He reached on an error in the first and then hit a rocket right at Adam Stry at first base, and Stry didn't even have to move. He just put his glove up, and that was that. But runner goes. Ball lifted hard down the right field line. That's going to hook foul. And that's going to go through the open gate. Looks like, oh, maybe it'll stay in. Saunders was off on the pitch. With Saunders taking off, if Thielen were able to hit a gap or hit one down the line, Saunders pretty good speed. I think he'd be able to score from first on a ball hit to the gap. Again, second time through the lineup, third time through the lineup for some of these guys, or second time through for sure. They're starting to figure out Devin Boots a little bit. The 0-1 runner goes. Ball popped up in the short left field. Powell on. He's got it measured, and he will put it away to end the inning. But damage done by Vermillion. They put up 5, and they extend their lead to 7-0. We're going to have the bottom of the third inning coming up here. We'll have Tweeter, Halkus, and Boots, and we'll bring you the bottom of the third inning when we return to Lockhart Field here in Groton, South Dakota after this break.
I hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to Groton, South Dakota, and Lockhart Field. I'm Pat Krause, bringing you elimination game action of the State American Legion Baseball Tournament 2021 edition. We've got Vermillion taking on Big Stone City. First pitch to Jasper Tweeter, swung on and missed for strike one. Jake Jensen beginning his third inning of work here for Vermillion, post number 1, as they lead 7-0. The 0-1 swung on and missed again. And as a pitcher coming out with a 7-run lead, your job now is to do nothing but throw strikes. And I think Jake Jensen, he's got that figured out as he is pounding the strike zone now. Tweeter gets a piece of that one, fouls it back.
Jensen struck out the side in the top, the bottom of the second inning.
The 0-2 on the way. That misses inside.
1-2 now to Tweeter. Got 4 strikeouts through 2 innings. Only 31 pitches.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Jake Jensen to Jasper Tweeter. The 1-2. That misses low. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Only hit of the game came from Hunter Maris for Big Stone on the bottom of the first inning.
The 2-2 on the way. That one misses inside, and Jake Jensen trying to maybe do a little bit too much, overthrowing a little bit. Jumped out ahead, no balls and 2 strikes, and now the count's back full. The 3-2 swung on and lifted into left. Left fielder slips as Jack Kratz takes charge and makes the catch. Charlie Ward slipped and fell out there. Yesterday we had that rain in the morning. It wasn't heavy rain, but it was enough to get everything wet. And Charlie Ward kind of misjudged it, lost his footing, and Jack Kratz doing a nice job, still tracking him, not giving up on the play, and made the nice catch out there in short center. Hunter Halkus steps up. He swings at the first pitch and misses. The 0-1 on the way. Swung on a little looper here. Kratz has got it measured. He calls for it, and he'll put it away for out number 2. One thing, Vermillion, I mean, they got a good baseball team here, but they also have one of the most energetic, to say the least, cheering sections over there along the first baseline. Very much into the game. Drew Boots steps in. Boots doing the catching. First pitch on the way. He misses high. Again, Jensen throwing a nice game so far. Only at 37 pitches through 2 2/3. The 1-0 swung on and popped up. That's going to reach out of play. Again, as the Vermillion crowd, they scramble after the ball. Very much into the game over there. It's very excitable. Every time their team does something, they're cheering loudly, letting everybody here know that they're here to watch and cheer on their team. The 1-1 from Jensen. Curveball swung on. Boots caught a piece of it, chopped it foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Big Stone City catcher. Jensen gets his sign from Tracy. Now he goes to the line, comes home 1-2, misses outside. Curveball wraps around. We got 2-2 now, deuces. Here in the bottom of the third inning, Vermillion post 1 leading 7-0. The 2-2 curveball, that's lifted into short right. That's going to fall for a base hit. And Drew Boots is aboard. Second hit of the game for Big Stone. Up to that point, Jack Jensen had faced the minimum, as they did have a couple of guys, base runners, guys get on. However, they were retired on a fielder's choice and a stolen base attempt. Now we're going to have a meeting on the mound. Now, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I don't know if you have to talk to him about much. He's thrown a good game up to this point. I mean, it through 3 innings, or through 2 2/3. Drew Boots was only the 9th guy to hit. So, not sure what the conference is about. But coming up later in this morning session, about 30 minutes after this game ends, we'll have our second elimination game where Winter Cologne will be taking on Groton Post 39. Like I said, in another elimination game where winner, the winner stays, loser goes home. Conference over. Jensen back on the mound. Second time through here for Devin Boots. Throw over to first. Drew back in safely, as he's only about 2 or 3 steps off the base, which is kind of the norm, because you don't face a lot of lefties at Legion level, especially ones with a good move to first. Pitch to Devin Boots is in there for a strike. And maybe that's what the conference was on the mound, is just to tell Jensen, hey, listen, this is second time through. Let's not waste any time. Let's not try to get too fancy. Let's just go right after him. The 0-1 to Devin Boots, swung on and grounded. Robertson up with it, on to first, and in time to retire Devin Boots, and that will end the inning. Boots out 4-3 if you're scoring at home for the third out. And Big Stone gets 1 hit. They leave 1, but are unable to score anything there. After 3 complete innings, Vermillion leads 7-0. When we come back here for the top of the 4th inning, we'll have Kratz, Dylan Thielen, and Shosey. And we'll bring that to you when we return to Lockcars Field after these breaks.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comfort.
And we're back to Groton, South Dakota, Lockcars Field. This is Pat Kraus bringing you State B American Legion baseball action. All games found right here on our live ticket stream. We'll have 3 more games today. We'll have 3 tomorrow, 2 on Monday, and then the ultimate ending of the tournament will crown a champion on Tuesday afternoon or evening, depending on how things go in this double elimination format. Right now, we are in our first elimination game of the tournament, where we're seeing Big Stone City trailing Vermillion 7-0. Devin, second time through, third time through for Vermillion now coming up. They're starting to kind of figure out Devin Boots, and last inning they put up a 5 spot and extended their lead. They put 2 up in the second, 5 in the third, and now they're starting right back where they started in the third inning with Jack Kratz, and he started the scoring with a single and a run in the third inning, and we'll see if they can add to it. One thing that that teams look for here in these tournaments, especially in the loser side where you're going to have to play a few extra games, is finding a way to take advantage of a possible 10-run rule game. Not trying to put the cart before the horse, but the coaches are thinking about that. Anytime you can shorten a game pitches-wise and innings-wise to save your pitchers for later games, that's something you hope to do. And again, not saying that they're thinking about it on the forefront, but it is in the back of their mind, hoping that they can maybe end this game a little early. But got to take care of business first, and Jack Kratz is going to step up to the plate playing shortstop. Kratz 1 for 2 today. 0 for 1. 0 for 1. He walked and scored in his last at-bat. First pitch from Boots on the way. Kratz takes on the outside corner for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to the Vermillion shortstop, Jack Kratz, batting from the left side. The 0-1 on the way. Curveball swung on and lifted high into left field. That's going to get over Powell's head as he's turned around and down for a hit. Kratz hustling around first. He's going to check in safely with a leadoff stand-up double. Kratz caught that one in the outside corner, and just the slicing motion with that wind now blowing in got Carter Powell all sorts of turned around out there, and he was unable to track it down. It lands over his head. Kratz starts the inning off with a double, and that brings up Dylan Thielen. Thielen 0 for 2 today, looking for his first hit. Vermillion doing a nice job taking advantage when they get guys in scoring position. Their batters that come up next are finding ways to hit the ball and knock runs in. Kratz takes his lead. Mueller dancing behind him. The 1-0 now to Dylan Thielen. That swung on, hit hard into right field. That's going to be down for a hit. Tweeter up with it. And Kratz will score easily from second as the ball comes back to the infield. And an RBI single for Dylan Thielen. And Vermillion now leads 8-0. That's going to bring Coach Joel Stottleman out of the dugout, and we'll see if this might be the end for Devin Boots. There was a long conference there before the inning even started between Boots and Stottleman. I think they were trying to come up with a plan and see how they could get through this next inning, if they could get through this next inning. Well, like I said, we're now getting to hitters who are now their third time through the lineup for Vermillion against Boots, and he throws strikes, but he just doesn't have enough off wrinkle stuff to keep Vermillion off balance. And now umpire Ace Boucher comes out to the mound to instruct Joel Stottleman here. Now let's make a decision. You either got to make a change or you got to end the conference. So, and we will have a pitching change. We'll have a pitching change. Hunter Merritt's going to come in to pitch for Big Stone City. And looks like Devin Boots is going to move to third, just a straight switch. Nothing changes in the batting order. Hunter Merritt did pitch yesterday a little bit in relief for Big Stone City. While we have this pitching change, kind of, again, preview and recap what happened yesterday. We had 4 games yesterday And advancing in the tournament, the winner side was Tabor, Redfield, Madison, and Lake Norden Badger. Tabor and Redfield will play our first winner's bracket game this afternoon at 5 o'clock. 30 minutes following that, we'll have Madison and Lake Norden Badger squaring off in our second winner's bracket game this evening. In our elimination bracket, right now, obviously, we've got Big Stone City taking on Vermillion. Vermillion leading 8-0 here in the top of the fourth inning. 30 minutes following this game, we'll have our second elimination game of the day, and it will be Winter Cologne taking on Groton. And we'll bring you that here 30 minutes after this game ends. And just like that, we'll bring all games to you here on our live stream. Excuse me, looking at our website. You can find us at groton.liveticket.tv, or you can go to YouTube and search out Groton Baseball Softball Foundation, and you'll be able to tune in and watch and view all of the games here from Loch Carsfield on those two streaming services. Merritt finishes up his warm-up pitches. Umpires instruct him of the situation, that there's a runner on first and nobody out, and we're ready now for baseball. Jacob Shosey steps up, number 6, playing first base. Shosey has a couple of hits today, a couple of runs scored, looking to continue to add to his stat line as Dylan Thielen takes his lead from first. Merritt comes set, throw over to first. Thielen back in safely with a head first dive. Dylan Thielen taking his lead. Hunter Merritt looking in at Drew Boots for the sign. Runner goes, and he'll be upstanding with the stolen base. Dylan Thielen in safely with the stolen base. Shosey squared to bunt, but pulled it back in time. Pitch called the ball. And now Thielen in scoring position. As I said, that ever-important 10-run rule is looming. And Shosey kind of awkward swing there, as it looks like that pitch kind of ran in on him a little bit. Wasn't expecting it to, and it caught him on the hands. He flips it into the net. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hunter Merritt doesn't throw terribly hard, but he does throw strikes, as we saw yesterday against Tabor. The 1-1. That one stays high. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. To Vermillion's first baseman, Jacob Shosey. Shosey a couple of hits in today's game, couple runs scored. Thielen leads. Shosey swings through the 2-1, misses, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, sometimes when you get a little change of pace guy like this, not that Devin Boots was throwing real hard, but he does throw harder than Merritt. The hitters tend to try to do too much with it instead of just staying within themselves and slap it around. Runner goes to third. Thielen is in safely with the stolen base. Again, good jump there as Thielen works hard out there. The pitch was called a ball. We've got a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Big Stone's going to bring their infield in, try to cut the run down, not let this game get out of hand here. And Merritt coming set. The 3-2 to Shosey. That one hits him in the shoulder, and that's going to put Shosey on first as he sprints down the first baseline to the enjoyment of the Vermillion crowd. As I mentioned, a very, very excited and energetic crowd here from Vermillion in our opening game of the day. Merritt gets the sign. Shosey leads. Shosey goes from first. The throw down is cut off by Merritt. Pitch called a strike. And now Vermillion in a situation here where a base hit will put them up by that ever-important 10-run margin. The 0-1 on the way. Tracy grounds it through the hole, and that's going to score Thielen. And that'll hold Shosey at third. Thielen in for the 9th run. And TJ Tracy is an RBI single for his 3rd hit of the game. Shosey moves up 90 feet. Now we've got Right now, Hunter Merritt is in relief. He's only had 8 pitches. Jake Jensen pitching for Vermillion. He's only at 43 pitches. Charlie Ward steps in. The runner goes. No throw down as it goes right back to the pitcher. Pitch call, the ball. Runners on second and third now. Again, Vermillion looking to get to that ever-important 10-run margin. The 1-0 misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. A base hit will get 1 in for sure, possibly 2. As I said, TJ Tracy does run well. The 2-0, that misses in the dirt. Drew Boots has to dive out and make the stop. 3-0 the count here as it's appearing Merritt struggling to find a way here as Vermillion still has no outs. Runners on second and third. Nobody out. The 3-0, that misses for ball 4, and Charlie Ward is aboard with a walk here to load the bases in the 4th, and that's going to bring Joel Stottleman out of the dugout. He's going to have a talk with Hunter Merritt. And we've got number 8 coming out of the dugout for Big Stone City. We'll have that number for you here in just a second. We're having a big change here. So while Big Stone City goes through their changes, we're going to take ourselves a short break, and when we come back,
I hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
And we are back. We've got our changes figured out here. Wasn't going to be as much as we thought. Pretty simplistic. Carter Brown is in the game now. Carter Brown will do the pitching. And we got a few defensive changes. Hunter Merritt goes from pitcher back to his position at third. Devin Boots, who started the game as the pitcher, moved to third. Now he's going to go back and catch. And Drew Boots is going to come out of the game. And in the batting order, Carter Brown will bat in Drew Boots' position in the batting order as Devin Boots gets the catching equipment on. Don't see it very often where a position player comes in to catch, and when that does happen, it does take a little time for him to get the catching equipment all on, get the old catcher to get the equipment off, new catcher to get it all on. So we took a little break there to kind of wrap things up and get the changes figured out here as Carter Brown is working on finishing up his warm-up pitches. Vermillion 2 across so far here in the top of the 4th inning. They lead 9-0 on 10 hits. Bases loaded and nobody out here as they're looking to add to it. And as I said, the ever-important 10-run margin is looming. A base hit here by Jake Jensen will put Vermillion up 10-0, possibly more depending on if they're able to score 1 or 2. So Jensen stepping in. He does have a single in today's game. First pitch swung on and missed. Said sometimes when you get a new pitcher in there, these guys try to do a little too much with it. Just got to stay inside and stay within themselves to try to put the ball in play. And Brown comes set, the 0-1. That one misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Vermillion post number 1 pitcher, Jake Jensen. The 1-1. lined into right center, down for a hit. 1 run will score. Tracy rounds third. He will score. And Charlie Ward will check in at third. That'll be a 2-run single for Jake Jensen. And that will push our lead here for Vermillion to 11-0. That's 11 runs on 11 hits. And Willis Robertson's going to step to the plate. Robertson 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and reached on a fielder's choice. Got as far as third in his first at-bat, but has not scored a run yet. Jensen takes his lead from first. Willis, again, as I said, he likes to dig in on that back line. He's right in there, and Jensen goes from first. Throw down to third, goes into left field, and Ward's going to score, and Jensen advances to third on the play. 12-0 now. 12-0. Now Robertson, base hit, will score Jensen from third. 1-0 the count. Infield coming in, trying to stop the bleeding a little bit as Vermillion has pushed 5 across here. Big Stone City yet to get an out. A 2-0 foul into the net. Robertson a little bit late on that one. Looks like he's trying to slap the ball to the right side. Waits a little bit too long, and he fouls it into the net over the right side. 2-1 the count to Willis Robertson. The 2-1 is on the outside corner for strike 2. Evens it up 2-2. But Big Stone City looking to get their first out here of the top of the 4th inning. 2-2 pitch. That misses, fills the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Carter Brown on in relief. 3rd pitcher of the game for Big Stone City. Devin Boots started the game. Hunter Merritt came in relief, and now Carter Brown in for relief. 3-2 pitch, swung on and flipped foul. And Robertson kind of waited again a little longer than maybe he would have liked to, and then last minute kind of decided to put a swing on. He flips it into the Little League field just wide of the first base line. The 3-2, that one stays high, and Robertson is going to be aboard with a walk. That puts runners on the corners for leadoff hitter Connor Saunders. Saunders, nice line going today, 2 for 3. He hasn't scored any runs, but he's knocked the ball in, knocked runners in here as he's got 2 or 3 RBIs. And we're going to have a conference on the mound with Devin Boots and the rest of the infielders. They're going to talk about what they're doing here with the 1st and 3rd situation. (12-0) here, Vermillion post number 1 leading, top of the 4th inning. (12-0). 12 runs on 11 hits for Vermillion post number 1. Big Stone, no runs, 2 hits with 3 errors so far in the game. Connor Saunders takes the first pitch for a strike. Will Robertson stays put over there at first. I think Vermillion just wanted to get a little bit of a cushion. It's typically when you get up a bunch, you're not running. Now he goes. Throw down is bluffed. Throw down to third is not in time. And now runners on second and third. 1-1 count. Base hit will get 1 in for sure, possibly 2. As Saunders steps in, count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield drawn in. The 1-1, that stays high. 2 balls, 1 strike. To the third baseman for Vermillion, post number 1, as they lead 12-0 in this elimination game. Ball grounded to short. Mueller up with it onto first, and they will retire Saunders. However, a run does score on the play. Contact play on. Jensen scores from third for the 13th run of the game for Vermillion. Robertson advances to third on the play. As I said, contact play there as Josh Mueller fielded it cleanly, but he wasn't close enough to make a play at home. Drew Thielen steps up, and Thielen hops over that pitch, and here comes Robertson trying to score from third on the wild pitch, and he will be safe. And that will be the 14th run of the game for Vermillion. 7 runs this inning so far. They put 2 up in the second, 5 in the third, and 7 so far here in the 4th inning. And there's still only 1 out. 1-0 the count here to Drew Thielen. Thielen 0 for 3 in today's game. Ball misses inside, 2-0. He's flied out to left. He lined out to third baseman, and then he reached on an error in the first. 3-0 the count. Jack Kratz stands on deck. Kratz having himself a pretty nice day today. Couple runs scored for Vermillion. The 3-0 from Brown. That's in there for a strike on the outside corner. Brown gets the sign from Devin Boots. The 3-1. That's in the dirt. And Drew Thielen will be aboard with a 1-out walk. And that's going to turn the lineup over again here as Jack Kratz steps to the plate, the 10th batter here in this inning. Kratz led off the inning for Vermillion with a double. And he's first pitch swinging. He hits it hard into right. Tweeter makes the catch to retire Kratz for the 2nd out. Hard hit ball by Kratz, and good thing Tweeter caught that because the way that thing was sinking, if it gets by him, Thielen's for surely going to score from first, and Kratz runs pretty well. He might have had a chance of making it all the way around, but that'll bring up Dylan Thielen. Thielen got a run scored in a single earlier in this. He's first pitch swinging, and Powell's got it measured, but it falls, just kind of dies. And Drew Thielen is on second, and Dylan Thielen at first. We'll give him a hit there as Powell came in and had to dive for it, and it falls out of his glove. Jacob Shosey steps up. I think Vermillion's method here now is swing early if it's there. 2 down, 14-0, Big Stone trailing. The 1-0, that misses high, 2-0. Game like this, you don't want to try to pile it on, but you still got to play baseball, so Vermillion's not going up there just swinging at anything. They're still going to be disciplined and swing at strikes. 2-0, swung on and lined into right. Tweeter on, and he will make a nice diving catch out in right field. Nice catch there by Jasper Tweeter to end the inning. Not much positive in that inning for Big Stone City except for that play. Good play out there and right, but Vermillion, they get 7 in that inning, leave a couple runners, and they extend their lead now to 14-0. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It'll be Merritt, Strong, and Powell, and we will have the bottom of the 4th inning when we return to Lock Cars Field after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
And we're back to elimination round action here. Vermillion post number 1 taking on Big Stone post 229. Big couple innings there for Vermillion as they put 5 up in the 3rd and 7 in the 4th. And that gets us to where we are, 14-0 so far. Looks like we've got a pitching change here for Vermillion. And into pitch. Try to get his number here shortly. Looks like 22 pitching now. Ben Burbach into pitch. I think that's our only change. So Burbach will be in Jensen's spot in the lineup. Jake Jensen threw a nice game. Kept his pitch count down, only gave up 2 hits, no runs. Burbach in, Hunter Merritt in. He only first pitch in there for a strike. Merritt has one of the 2 hits for Big Stone in this game so far. He's 0 for 1, but he was forced out at second on a fielder's choice. The 0-1 is in there for a strike. Burbach coming in and just pounding that strike zone quickly ahead here. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2, that one stays high. Again, trying to hit that spot, maybe get Merritt to chase, but he doesn't. Count runs now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 on the way. Just misses, and Merritt held off. A little low, evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the Big Stone City third baseman. Started at third, went into pitch a little, now back at third. The 2-2 is in the dirt now again. You know, Burbach trying to do maybe a little too much. Jumped out ahead there, no balls and 2 strikes, and then tried to throw just that perfect pitch. And it's now filled the count. And 3-2, he misses. And Merritt's going to be aboard with a leadoff walk. Not what you like to see when you bring a pitcher in a relief. You like to see the first 2 pitches, which were good hard strikes. And then he lost him on 4 in a row. And that brings up Andrew Strong. Strong grounded into a fielder's choice his first at bat. And then he was cut down trying to steal second to end the inning in the first. So 0 for 1 today. Burbach looks in, gets the sign. Throws over to check Merritt at first. Down 14-0. I don't think Merritt's going anywhere. Big Stone City's going to have a chance here. They got to have a lot of base runners. The 0-1 in the dirt, picked out of it by TJ Tracy. Burbach gets a sign from Tracy, the 1-1. Swung on, chopped foul. Chopped foul. Count runs now 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Game 1 on day number 2. Game number 5 overall. Elimination game here. The winner will move on in the tournament. The loser will be done. The 1-2 stays high. Evens the count 2-2. You know, when Burbach came in, he threw those 2 quick strikes to Merritt, and thinking he was going to do a nice job, but he's kind of faltered a little bit here. The 2-2, and Strong chases one out of the zone, and he'll be down swinging for out number 1. Carter Powell's going to step up now. Carter Powell playing left field for Big Stone Post 229 as they are, as it stands right now, Vermillion leading 14-0. First pitch to Strong, grounded down to third. Saunders onto it, on to second. Nice play. Will Robertson complete it? And he does. Outstanding defensive play. Connor Saunders from the third baseline fires it to Will Robertson at second, and he flips it to first in time to complete the double play. So 5-4-3 on the double play if you're scoring at home to end the inning. And Big Stone, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. For Vermillion, we'll have Tracy, Ward, and Burbach when we come back for the top of the 5th inning here at Lockhart Field.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
We are back here in Groton, South Dakota at Lock Carsfield. This is Pat Kraus bringing you State B American Legion action. We've got a lot of changes coming in, it looks like. Both teams are going to kind of empty the benches, so to speak. We'll try to get you those changes here. For Vermillion, as they're batting, changes are a little easier to come by as we can see them as they come up to bat. However, Big Stone City made some defensive changes. If those players come up to bat in the bottom half of the inning, I will give those to you. But leading off here for Vermillion in the top of the 5th inning, it'll be T.J. Tracy. Tracy 3 for 3 in today's ball game. 3 runs scored, having himself a nice stat day. Carter Brown in his second inning of work. Ground ball up the middle, up with it, and as the shortstop on to first in time for the out. Shortstop there, looks like we've got a new one in there for Big Stone City, and that is number 19, Connor Danielson makes the play. And he made that play on to, I believe it's Carter Lee at first base. So 1 out for Big Stone City, and we do have a pinch hitter here for Charlie Ward, number 18. Number 18, Nick Rube. Nick Rube's first at bat of the game and of the tournament. And he is ahead in the count now, 2 balls and no strikes. Carter Brown here, second inning of relief. The 2-0 to Rube. That's in there for a strike. He takes it down the middle. 2 balls, 1 strike. Good opportunity here for both teams to get their players some state tournament time. The 2-1 swung on and missed as Rube swings through. Pitch a little up in the zone. Now got to make an adjustment, put the ball in play, count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He digs back in, chokes up a little on the bat. The 2-2 on the way. Swung on it flat, fouled straight back as he caught a piece of it. Two balls, 2 strike, 1 out. Top of the 5th inning, Vermillion leading Big Stone City 14-0. In our first game of the day here at Lock Cars. First of 4. The 2-2 misses outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-2 the count to pinch hitter Nick Rube. The 3-2 swung on and lined into left center. That's going to be down for a hit. That could be extra bases as Rube rounds first hard, but he will check in at first with a 1-out single. And again, Vermillion, the energetic Vermillion crowd, letting him know their support. That'll bring up Ben Burbach. Burbach now in relief of Jake Jensen on the mound. This will be his first at bat. They throw over to first, and again, up 14-0. I would hope that Vermillion not going anywhere. First pitch to Burbach is on the corner for a strike. Carter Brown jumps ahead here. No balls and 1 strike. No balls, 1 strike to the new pitcher for Vermillion, post 1, Ben Burbach. The 0-1 misses high. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 5th inning, elimination game here. The 1-1 swung on and grounded to first. First baseman makes the play, and then he airmails it into left field. Rube will not advance. Nice play over there by number 35 for Big Stone, Carter Lee. Carter Lee knows well enough. Play was right there. He stepped on the base. Had a chance to get Rube at second, but he throws it into left center. But we've got 2 outs, and Will Robertson steps in wearing number 2. Robertson's been aboard all 3 times, and Rube will advance on the wild pitch. Again, that's a situation where you're still playing baseball, but Vermillion coach just went up and talked to him in his ear. I'm guessing if it's a pass ball or a wild pitch, we're not going to try to score. We're just going to stay put, not try to add insult to injury here. 1-0 the count to the second baseman for Vermillion, post 1, Willis Robertson. 1-0 stays high, 2 balls, no strikes. Brown gets his sign from Devin Boots. The 2-0 is taken high, 3-0. The 3-0 from Brown is in there for a strike. Now 3 balls, 1 strike. 3 balls, 1 strike to the number 9 hitter in the lineup, Willis Robertson. Again, no hits today, but he's been on base all 3 times. The 3-1 is in there for strike 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. You know, Robertson, he likes to take the at-bats a lot like a leadoff hitter, work the count late. Rube takes his lead, the 3-2, and that misses inside. And Robertson will be aboard with a 2-out walk. And he's been on base now 4 times. 2 outs, Connor Saunders steps to the plate. Kind of a different stat line for a leadoff hitter. He's getting on base, not scoring runs, but he's knocking runs in. Foul ball down the right field line will not be caught. I said we've got some defensive changes in there for Big Stone City, and don't have all those changes right now. We'll figure those out if we need to. Connor Saunders at the plate here. He's reached twice, been on base 2 hits, a couple RBIs. The 0-1 is in there for a taken strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Vermillion third baseman Connor Saunders. The 0-2 swung on and grounded to third. Merritt swallows it up, makes the throw to first, and in time. Nice play there by Hunter Merritt to retire the side. Vermillion gets a hit, and they leave a runner on, but don't score any. We're going to go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Vermillion leading 14-0. We'll have, as it sits now, we'll have Stry, Tweeter, and Haukus. I doubt that's how it's going to be. We'll get those changes to you when Big Stone comes to bat. We'll have the bottom of the 5th when we return to Lock Carsfield after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Welcome back to Legion Class B American Legion baseball action. We're in elimination game, our first game of the day here at Pat Krause here on Live Ticket, bringing you the action. Big Stone City down to their last chance as they are down here because due to the score 14-0. Big Stone City has to score 5 runs to stay in this game. Connor Danielson in. He's a substitute in for Adam Stry. He's first pitch swinging, and he lines one hard foul wide of third. The 0-1 swung on and missed for strike 2. Ben Burbach in for his second inning of relief. And he's quickly ahead here. No balls and 2 strikes to Connor Danielson. Danielson playing shortstop now for Big Stone City. The 0-2 swung on and hit up the middle. That's going to be through for a base hit. And Connor Danielson steps in. He's one of the younger guys on the team. He's a 2025 graduating year. For Jasper Tweeter, we're going to have number 35, Carter Lee. Carter Lee in there, and first pitch misses for a ball. One and one the count to first baseman Carter Lee. They throw over to first, check on Danielson. The 1-1 here to Carter Lee wearing number 35. This is low. And my scorebook here a little bit messed up. I messed up. Carter Danielson was in for Josh Mueller. Ground ball to second. Robertson up with it. And he's going to have trouble handling it, and there will be no play. So quickly to recap my changes here. Sorry for the silence. I had to get that figured out. Carter Danielson in for Josh Mueller at shortstop. He singled in his first at-bat. Now Carter Lee hits a chopper to second. And Robertson can't handle it, and both runners are safe. And that brings up number 4, Isaac Brown. Isaac Brown batting for Jasper Tweeter. The 0-1 is fouled. 0-2 the count here for Burbach to Isaac Brown. Isaac Brown in the game for Jasper Tweeter out in right field. Burbach trying to do his job here, throw strikes. Danielson aboard at second with a single. Carter Lee reached on looks like the scorers gave him a hit. Curveball in there for strike 3, and Brown down looking for the first out. Isaac Kirchberg now will step to the plate. Isaac Kirchberg in the game now for Hunter Haukus, wearing number 28. First pitch is in there for a strike. I think Vermillion's hoping here for Burbach just to go out and throw strikes as he's facing batters here who coming off the bench. They're cold. They're not really into the game here quite yet. The 0-1 is in there for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 to Kirchberg. Stays high, misses. Again, for Big Stone to survive here, they got to score 5 runs in this inning to cut that lead down below 10 runs. Otherwise, if things stay as it is, this will be the final at bat for Big Stone. The 1-2 swung on and missed, and Burbach picks up his third strikeout, second of the inning. That brings up number 8, Carter Brown. Brown doing the pitching currently for Big Stone. And we're going to have a little conference here. I think we're going to have a pitching change so that Ben Burbach can maintain and be able to come back and pitch tomorrow as he stays below that 30-pitch mark. And the new pitcher coming in, we'll get that number here for you shortly. Left-handed pitcher for Vermillion, wearing number 12, it looks like. Clayton Sorensen will now be in to pitch for Vermillion as he throws his warm-up pitches. Big, tall lefty. As the game sits right now, if Sorensen able to come in and do his job and get the final out, the game will end due to the 10-run rule. Vermillion will win 14-0 in advance. Coming up 30 minutes after this ball game is completed, Winter Cologne will take on Groton in another elimination game. This afternoon, we will have our winners bracket games. First one at 5 o'clock between Tabor and Redfield. Second one will be Madison taking on Lake Norden Badger. Sorensen done with his warm-up pitches. And now set here with 2 outs. Big Stone runners on first and second. Carter Brown at the plate. Brown doing the pitching. First pitch is in there for a strike from Sorensen. Sorensen jumps out ahead here. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 on the way. Swung on and missed for strike 2. And Sorensen quickly ahead here. No balls and 2 strikes. Looking to end the game right here. Big Stone down to their last strike. The 0-2 from Sorensen. Grounded up the middle, and Kratz will flip to Robertson for the out at second. And that will end the game. And that will be a shortened game. A 5-inning win for Vermillion as they defeat Big Stone 14-0. We will have totals and a recap of this first game on day number 2 when we return to Lockhart Field after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
And we are back here. First game in the books on day number 2 as we just witnessed Vermillion post number 1 defeating Big Stone City post 229 in our first elimination game. So that will eliminate Big Stone City from tournament action. They came in representing Region 1B and lost to Tabor 12-0 in game number 1. And now we're defeated 14-0 by a very, very good, well-rounded Vermillion team. Vermillion will advance to play game number 10. Game number 10 will be the second game tomorrow, and they will play the loser of game number 8 between Madison and Lake Norden Badger, and that will all be played out here as the day progresses. The grounds crew is on the field, getting the mound prepped, getting the infield drug and raked out, and new bases put in, lines chalked, and we'll have our next elimination game coming up here between Winter Cologne and Groton. That game will start here in about 25-30 minutes. We'll have a short pregame about 10 minutes before game time, so when they're doing starting lineups, we'll probably come back and give you a brief little recap so far of today's action and a preview of the games to come, and we'll have that for you here. I'm Pat Krause. This is Live Ticket. If you're able to tune us in, find us on groton.liveticket.tv or search us out on YouTube, Groton Baseball Softball Foundation, and you can use either service to stream the action. And we'll bring you, when we return here, our next stream will start in about 25-30 minutes, and it will have Groton and Winter Cologne in an elimination game. We'll have that for you here in its entirety at Lockhart Field in Groton, South Dakota. See you in about 20 minutes.